Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of PEPTalk, Productive Environment Podcast. I am Andrea Anderson, CEO of Productive Environment Institute, and I'm joined here by...
I'm Barbara Hemphill, founder of Productive Environment Institute, and I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Awesome. And we have our amazing guest, Linda Claire Puig, who is the founder of Get Stuff Done Buddy, which you guys are going to learn about today. I'm so excited. Linda, tell them where you're joining us from, if you would.
Well, I'm joining us from Austin, Texas. That's not where I live normally. So I'm visiting my mom and siblings, and my aunt is turning 90. So I'm here for a month, and then I'll go back home to California.
Yay! That is the beauty of these virtual businesses that we have, that you can literally work anywhere and be with your family. So let me tell you guys a little bit about Linda, and then we're going to turn it over to her because I just want to jump into what she has to share. So as you can see, today's topic is 3 surprising ways to stay focused, stop procrastinating, and become unstoppable. Does that not sound like us? That's exactly what we want. That's what our clients want. That is what we're all here for. So let me tell you guys a little bit about Linda. Linda Claire Puig helps business owners harness the power of collective focus, love that, to conquer overwhelm, loneliness, and procrastination, and unleash their potential through her innovative virtual co-working community called Get Stuff Done Buddy. She often travels the world with her business and is also the co-founder of adventurouslife.io. That sounds so fun, which brings groups of professionals and entrepreneurs aged 40 plus to international destinations to live, work, and travel in community. I mean, Linda, I know all about Get Stuff Done Buddy, which is so amazing. So I want to definitely hear you talk about that and the 3 surprising things. But I also want to hear about the adventurous life. So anything you want to share about that is great. I'm so curious.
Happy to, but are you sure you qualify? Are you 40 plus?
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, ma'am. I will be 5'5" this year. Thank you. You can check my ID at the door.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having you. I'm happy to share whatever you'd like to talk about and whatever would be most helpful for your audience.
Yeah. How about just start with what is Get Stuff Done Buddy? Let's start there. And then Barbara, I would love to hear your experience because I know you've been actually really utilizing this amazing system or community. So tell us a little bit about what Get Stuff Done Buddy is and why you created it, if you would.
It's something that, it was like this big aha when I had it I had been looking for this for a long time until it occurred to me that this is what I needed to create. I have run training programs and whatnot since 2007. And I always included in my training programs, usually just once or maybe once a month, if lucky, a Get Stuff Done day. And in that day, people would be able to catch up on their homework or ask questions or, just get a lot of stuff done in the program. It was specifically about getting stuff done in the program. And my students loved it so much. Every single time I offered one, they just praised it and were really helped by it in moving forward in the course. And I started hearing about other coaches offering that kind of thing in their programs. And again, it was maybe once a month, sometimes once a week. Maybe it was like office hours where people could come in and co-work, like literally work while people are also on Zoom or whatever platform. And I just started realizing that this wasn't just an issue with my students. Like everybody has programs and students and clients that need their people to be moving forward, right? For their own success in being a trainer and being a teacher of material. And so I thought, well, let's just make a whole bunch of opportunities for people to get together and get stuff done. And so that's where Get Stuff Done Buddy originated. It is a virtual co-working platform. I don't know if you've ever been to a physical co-working place. Have you ever been, Andrea?
Yeah, like with the groups of people working in different doing their own offices or their own
Yeah.
spaces. Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah,
they have offices, sometimes they're all at what they call hot desks or whatever, like you can move
yeah,
around, just show up, grab a desk.
yeah.
And there's a buzz that happens there. In my other business, I travel a lot and bring my work with me. And so I always sign up for a co-working space for the month that I'm there in a given location. And I love going to it because there's this just joint buzz. You've got other people doing interesting things, their own stuff. Everybody's working on their own stuff, but there's a buzz. And I just wanted to create that opportunity virtually so that people from around the world could literally come together, just work together on Zoom or whatever, and get stuff done. And I have loved it so much. Barbara's had a taste of it, so Barbara can speak to what it's done for her. But I have seen such amazing things happen for the people who have joined just in like the first month, much less the first 6 months, right? So I'm just loving it. And it allows me to be creative because we have a lot of different kinds of sessions, but they're all co-working sessions. So anyway, I'll stop talking there.
No, that's fantastic. Definitely, Barbara. And then I'll chime in a little bit about our experience with this type of thing and why I think it's such a genius idea to create something for other businesses like ours as well. Barbara, so you have gone into and worked in some of her and Get Stuff Done Buddy. So what has been your experience?
Yeah,
Why
so
did you
I bought
gravitate?
a lifetime membership so that I have a year membership. I don't know, a year-long membership.
No, you got a lifetime.
Yeah, year-long membership, so you can just jump in whenever you want to. And the neat thing is that you can put the calendar with your calendar. So when I pull up my calendar, I can see all the opportunities that there are. And I don't do it every day and I don't do it all the time. I jump in and out all the time, but I particularly appreciate it for when I'm doing something that I tend to procrastinate about. Yeah. And that's so most of the time, probably it's been writing LinkedIn posts and you check in and say what you're doing. I'll say, I'm working on a LinkedIn post. And every single time I've done it, I have managed to finish it. And I know for a shadow, with no doubt, that if I had not committed to the fact that I was doing it, that I wouldn't have gotten it. I wouldn't have gotten it done. So it's really fun. And then there's some fun things too. And I think, often does kind of feel lonely and it's nice to jump on. And this week she had her son on doing cartoons and we got to watch him doing his drawings while he was doing it. It was really awesome.
Wow.
So it's very, very creative and flexible. And it's the epitome of Together We Are Better, which is what PEI believes in.
Mm-hmm. I love that because we do it to a certain extent in our programs. Like we have our, two of our programs, we have, 2 Fridays a month. So kind of like what you described in other businesses and kind of what you did with your first experience. So we call them training and co-working sessions. So we do a little training and then everybody goes on mute unless we end up talking too long and then we don't. So I like that yours is so structured where you're going to get that co-working in. And so it is a game changer because we see a lot of clients only do the work if they come to those. There's procrastination sets in, there's no accountability otherwise. And so it's a really core part of our program. And I just love, like you said, it's limited because we have at certain times of the month. We have other office hours that aren't even quite as structured as that. We're just there if anybody wants to pop in. But I love yours in that you've got this full schedule where people can just go on and choose a time that works for them and be able to come in and do it. I just think it's such a brilliant idea that you took it to another level.
We have currently, I think, 18 sessions a week that people can pick and choose from or attend all of them. And then right now we're at 2 full-day sessions a month. So that's in addition to the weekly stuff. So yeah.
Wow. So do people get to know each other too? Like, do the same people go each time? Or like, do you kind of see the same people if you choose the same time frames? How does that work?
There tends to be a core group of people that attend very regularly. And so they've all really gotten to know each other. And then there are others that pop in now and again, but frequently enough that, you're like, hi, Barbara, or whatever. And then, you know, like in anything, there are those who are, I don't know, timid maybe. So they're a little bit harder for them to get in, but we have something for those people as well. We have a silent co-working drop-in where they don't have to say anything. They don't have to meet anyone. They can just go there, but know that there's somebody else out there working on their stuff. So, yeah.
I love that.
It brings all kinds in. And it's interesting. You said something a bit ago about accountability. And I know that that's one thing that, Barbara, you have said is you're way more accountable when you're accountable to other people rather than just yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I love that I'm going to share my screen real quick and see if I can show the homepage. Yeah, there it is. I love that you've got something for the extroverts and the introverts. So that if somebody doesn't want to say anything, they can just go in and do what they want. Are you guys seeing this on the screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. So this is the homepage. Can you thrive beyond the to-do list? Oh my gosh, we love that. You're not alone. And so here's how it works. So Linda, tell them just really seriously how simple it is to do it. Like
it's super simple. Once you become a member, you get a link to a calendar. And also I send out monthly printed calendars. So, I mean, printable calendars. So if you want to just print a calendar and have it right there by your desk, you have that too. But you just check the calendar and go to the link that's in the calendar event. And then you're there. It's really super easy.
Yeah. It's super easy. And then, so you've got all these, you guys can check this out. We're going to put a link for you guys, wherever you're watching this from, there'll be a link. We've got a special link from PEI. So you guys can click that link, come in here and check it out. I mean, it looks very easy to do. I haven't personally done it yet. Barbara has. So I definitely, I'm like you guys that are watching this, I'm excited to go in and try it out. So
the key for me, what part of it was that it is so easy in that the link is right in the calendar. So I don't have to go remember. So when I pull up my calendar for the day, it's got my appointments and it's got the Get Stuff Buddy appointments. And if I decide I want to jump in, I don't have to go anywhere or do anything. I'm right in my calendar, click on the link and I'm right there. So, you know how sometimes in a program, it's like, oh, how do I get in? I don't remember how to get in. It's right in the calendar, which is brilliant.
So easy. I like this. Let's see. Can I get life stuff done here, not just work stuff? So we're not here to tell you what to work on. You decide if you need to clean your kitchen, go for it. Write thank you cards, do it. We're here to support.
And people do. And people do that. They'll say
I have to tell you this. My sister has joined, and she's a single mom of an adult special needs son. And so she is just chronically overwhelmed with life's things to do. And the first session that she attended, she wrapped Christmas gifts from a year and a half ago. And she was so happy. It made her feel so good.
Oh, bless her heart. As we say here in the South, bless her heart.
Yep, bless her heart is right.
And I love this. So guys, those of you watching, what if I'm an introvert? No worries. You can interact as much or as little as you like during Get Stuff Done sessions. Some sessions are led by facilitators and include check-ins, maybe even virtual high fives. Other available sessions, you'll simply show up and get to work, like our silent co-working. I love that because it's so funny. In our boot camps that we teach, our office transformation boot camp and our digital transformation boot camp, I have them interact. Like they can't hide out on Zoom. Like, no, you have to come on, you have to talk. What are you working on? How's it going? So we do that in that session, but then I like this, that it's like, okay, now I can just log in. I can maybe type in the chat what I'm working on, and then I can get to work. So people don't have to feel like they have to come on and introduce themselves and do that whole thing. So I think that's great. So this is fun. Oh, look, we've got a wonderful little comment. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Heidi.
So Andrea, I'm dying to hear her 3 ways to stay.
I am too. Like what? Let's look. What are the 3 surprising ways to stay focused, stop procrastinating, and become unstoppable? Do tell, Linda.
Well, okay. And of course, you all know that these are all going to be covered in Get Stuff Done, Buddy. I'm not going to play like that's not the case. These are themes and topics that we feel are important enough that we've kind of integrated them into our what we do and Get Stuff Done, Buddy. And the first one is called body doubling. And that's what we do when we show up. We're actually more like body quadrupling, or whatever, times 15, right? But body doubling is something that's been around for a while, just not known by everybody. It's well known in the ADHD industry. Right. They often will have somebody just come in and sit with you, literally, physically, in order to get stuff done. And this is just the virtual version of that. And whether we are diagnosed ADHD or just feel like we've got ADHD because our world is so complex and rapid, and all the things that we have to do are so voluminous, we feel like we have that sometimes. And so it's just a way that physical presence of someone else, even if it's just you two on a screen right now, right? The physical presence it does something to your ability to stick with a task rather than, jump up and go put the laundry in or whatever, right? Jump up and go chat with somebody if you're working in an office, et cetera. So that body doubling component is really, really important. The problem with so many of us is that we work from home alone. And, there are wonderful benefits to that, right? We get the freedom to move around as we wish, but that also creates this issue where we can literally do anything and nobody's going to notice. So if Barbara wants to put off her LinkedIn profile, she could find any number of things to do, right? And so that isolation really helps bring the lack of isolation, I guess I should say, the bringing another person into the situation. Yeah. A lot of people have talked about for years, like, I want to get an accountability buddy. And that's another form, right? I know of people who will get together with one person on Zoom and work together. Right. I myself have called up friends and said, could we just get on and, like, we don't even have to talk. Let's just work. I just need some accountability. This is just that times spades, right? There's a lot of other people. There's a lot of body doubles for you to pick and choose from. I don't mean pick and choose from. They're just all there available to you. Yeah. So that's body doubling, super, super important for getting stuff done. It just tethers you. You know what I mean? The second thing is the scheduled deep work sessions. Again, this is part of what helps you really maintain focus, is to put it in your calendar, whether these are Get Stuff Done Buddy sessions or not. You just put it into your calendar, you honor that item in your calendar, and you turn off distractions and, close your phone, put it in another room, whatever you need to do, but you are there to work deeply for a period of time. Now, some people use something called, I think, the Pomodoro technique with a timer. That's one way of doing it. I find timers really jarring when they finally ring. And it just kind of frightens me enough that I prefer to use something a little different. But yeah, any of those kinds of deep work sessions that are scheduled are really, really helpful in terms of maintaining your focus. We all have good focus. And I know we know the feeling of good focus, right? It feels amazing. Like, oh my God, I was so in the zone. I got so much stuff done in what I thought was going to take me all week. It's been 2 hours and I'm done, right? So those kinds of scheduled deep work sessions are super important. And the last one is really like physiological tools, I'll call them. What do I mean by that? I mean, using our body in ways that helps with the focus and helps with the cutting through the overwhelm and just getting stuff done. And some examples, there's a lot of examples of that, but deep breathing, that's one. Deep breaths, right? So some of our sessions start with deep breathing. We have another session that starts with a little bit of Tai Chi movement. 5 minutes of Tai Chi movement can really get you set and your brain settled for the kind of deep scheduled work that you want to do. I'm dying to get like a laughter yoga person in there and see what it feels like to start a work session with 5 minutes of laughter. Doesn't that sound like fun? So if anybody who knows of any laughter yoga people, please send them my way. I would really love to do that.
Linda, go back for a second. What was the term that you used for this third one? What was it again?
Physiological tools.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Basically using your body. So, or interacting with your body in certain ways. One of the things that I love to do is to put on binaural beats music. Have you guys ever heard of binaural beats? It's actually it's best used when you have headphones, but we don't always do it with headphones on Get Stuff Done, buddy. It just seems to work just in and of itself. But it's music that has two different frequencies that are going and mixing, and there's something that happens in the brain that tends to kind of focus in when you're listening to those. And I have a whole list of binaural beats music that I love to put on certain sessions. Sometimes people don't really want music with their sessions, so I won't during those, but it can really significantly aid your focus, your achieving focus. And the focus is like the key to all of it. When we can focus, we can stop procrastinating. When we can focus, we can stop feeling overwhelmed because we're actually getting stuff done. And when we can focus, we're not focused on how isolated we feel, right? We're just literally so in it. So focus is really a huge key. And when we can focus and when we can overcome procrastination and overwhelm and isolation and all those things, that means we're moving forward. And that's the key to becoming unstoppable, is moving forward.
Oh, I love it. One interesting thing that came up in one of our sessions, one of our co-working sessions, was we would put up a video on the screen and schedule it, or, a timer. It was a timer video with like 25 minutes, like a Pomodoro. And then we play rain or waves or wind chimes, and then, which was really nice. However, we had some who said, can you not play anything because I want to watch, I'm catching up on my training videos and I want to hear that.
Right.
So now we just put up and it's in silence, and then people can kind of do their own audio on their side. So
yeah, we've had that too.
Have you?
It just depends on who shows up. If somebody needs to be watching videos, and normally I say, if the music or whatever is not appealing, then just turn your volume down. But if you're trying to watch videos, you can't turn your volume down, right? So we just, we're mindful of people's needs and adjust as needed. One of the other things that Barbara had alluded to, we had my son on last week doing cartoons. There's a session that we do twice a week called Creative Spark. And in that, we were just talking about focus. In that, we actually tap into and sort of borrow the focus of artists. I think we all kind of, as a culture, know artists to be really focused. Doesn't mean that they always are, but when they're doing their art, they're really focused. And so if we can have that kind of in the background while we're doing our own work, it's like we're tapping into, we're borrowing their focus. And so we've had, my son doing his cartooning. He's a professional photographer, but that was the most visual thing that we could have him do. My mom did pressed flower cards the other day. We've had a sculptor on creating this wooden sculptor. We've had people doing art doodling kind of style of art, where it's just a lot of different interesting. It's like you want to be watching, but you can't, right? You have to just discipline yourself a little bit, peek from time to time.
So tell me what that looks like. And Barbie, because you've been on something, I just saw you were getting ready to say something. I want to see what that looks like. I'm coming in and I hear that there's a cartoonist or an artist doing something. What am I seeing?
Well, it kind of depends. I know when I'm doing my art, I have a phone. I am on a session, so you'll see me working, and then my phone is trained on what I'm creating, and so you're seeing what I'm creating at the same time. Now, when we did my mom doing pressed flower cards, we just had a picture her doing the pressed flower cards. It was easy to see the whole thing. When my son did his cartoons, he actually shared his screen from his iPad so we could watch along as he was, making his artistic choices about the cartoon that he was drawing. You could see, oh, first there's this kind of a hat, then nope, that didn't work, so we're going to do this kind of a hat, right? So it was interesting.
Oh, that's neat. Barbara, what were you going to say?
Well, I just wanted to add that one of the things that I've enjoyed with the creative ones a couple of different times is I just turn it into a relaxation for me. It's like I'm not working. I enjoyed watching your son. I had never seen anybody do anything like that before, and I don't have any artistic skill myself. So that was like, and I just sat and got a cup of coffee and sat and watched it because I just was interested and I enjoyed it.
You were mesmerized.
You can do that too.
I think it certainly helps with people that have double screens. Like I could see me having that up on because I've got a screen above me. I could have that happening up there while I'm working down here. And just like you said, you're not.
Yeah. In Zoom, you can also pin a person so that it sort of spotlights an individual. So you're still working on your stuff, but you have a little bit of a bigger view of what the artist is doing.
I think it's genius.
It's
Demetrius Barrier says, yes, focus. He is the king of focus. He's part of our community with DFIT. And that is number one. A focus, accountability, consistency, and you provide what you're doing. I mean, we're all about creating and sustaining a productive environment. You are providing a productive environment where we can accomplish our work and enjoy our lives. I mean, that's literally, I think it's just so genius. And I want to share Cannery, fantastic stuff. You're doing a great job. We're all ears. Sending lots of love and prayers from Northeast India.
Right. I love that.
Very good. Very good.
Yes.
Well, okay. Andrea, we have to have Linda back again because she's got to talk about her travel part because you can tell she's such an interesting person. So we'll have to come back and do that on another time. But and that is part of this is the community of getting to know interesting people from all around the world, and what an opportunity that is. So, Linda, thank you so much for joining us. It was really fun.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Awesome. And we'll drop that link again so you guys can go check it out. Go look through the webpage. One last question before I let you go, Linda, and I think I already know the answer. Some of these are short sessions. Some of these are longer sessions. You have different. So for the deep work, like you could go in for, 2 hours if you wanted to, right?
Yeah. Anywhere from an hour to 2 hours.
Okay. An hour to 2 hours. Love it. Yeah. And here's Liz with Davidson Organizing. She's one of our certified productive environment specialists. She said, I did this concept with my daughter via Zoom. I love it.
Exactly.
Yes. So many applications for this. So thank you, Linda. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to drop your information in our description box. So guys, no matter where you're watching from, if you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, please make your way over to our YouTube channel. Be sure to like this video, share this video with someone else that needs to see this, and subscribe to our channel. We are trying to grow our channel so more people can see this awesome content that the people that we interview is just so much fun. So thank you again. I'm going to end this stream and we'll see you guys on the next one.